And then the thing with George Floyd happened,
Yes.
which shook everybody to our core. You know, when you hear a man, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, everything switched reels for me, and I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality. Not just equality on social issues, but economic equality, which is just as important.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did.
First mistake with all this stuff with this wig on your head. You don't look at bites from an interview. You read the plan. You read the plan. But I'm sorry. This is a black man who wrote the plan. I mean, this is only the black man. The reason you sit in your butt right here is because this black man, who is a rapper, record producer, actor, screenwriter, film producer, television producer, songwriter, film score composer, film director, voice actor, $160 million net worth. The reason your hot pants is sitting right here is because he put you in a movie. And you didn't even take the time to read the mother freaking plan. Former Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos' wife. Still talking about how you still feel so connected to these people in your diplomatic position, and you could not be bothered to read a plan. That was too much. So you just watched a clip of an interview with Roland Martin. You're already seeing that it really doesn't matter how high or how much a black man does for some black women. You still gonna be treated like a knockoff deadbeat cousin.
Interview with Roland Martin, which helped me, I'm going to say, because I will say that when I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a personal insight. I'm going to call him directly.
I didn't say I was supporting Trump. So
allegedly, right. That's what I heard. That's what the bite, the sound bite. That's why people got to do their research. And I watched that interview. And I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently. And so when I said, what contract was he talking about, this contract of Black America? Like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So when I think of things that I don't know, I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the administration and speak with them?
Well, what happened was, it was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. They owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board that deals with not only police brutality, but all our needs? So I started working on it myself with, some smart people I know. We end up getting, economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. We started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. This is so anybody Black could look at our document and say, yeah, support this, support, some of the things that we have. Now, I'm not a politician, and I shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time, and they haven't come up with something like this.
So just so we're clear, she asked, well, when I first started hearing about this contract with America, I didn't know what it is. So why don't you explain it to him, Mr. Rapper, record producer, actor, screenwriter, film producer, television producer, songwriter, film composer, film director, voice actor. Explain this contract with America that you, an unelected politician who looked around for what the politicians in Black America had put together, and it's not there. So just like the alpha male you are, the man you are, what did he do? He went ahead and did, instead of asking people, he did it. You want black men to build something, right? You want black men to build something, stop asking. So he found a need and he did it. So he added one more thing onto the 11 million plates he's already spinning. And then he's over here talking to you. Y'all can't be bothered to read it, so he need to explain it to you. This is what I'm setting this up for. Like you said, this ain't what he does. But because it needed to be done, he did it. That's what men do.
So I was surprised, but that didn't stop me. And we put that together July 1st. And we revamped it about, let me get the timeline here. We revamped it July 19th. And from then, people wanted to interview me about it. So I went on just promoting the contract with Black America, hoping to be contacted by any of the politicians saying, yo, this is a great idea. Everybody that I would show would say, oh, these are great ideas. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not. So I was just kind of saying, okay, we're going to
initiative.
Yeah, starting an initiative, and I'll make a long story short. I was just going up, basically saying
1, 2, 3 terrible wigs. I said, ladies, these wigs, these lace fronts are from hell. From hell. Y'all got on TV looking like this. All right, we're going to need y'all to go ahead and keep the donations coming in because it's about to get off the chain. Lisa Ray was the only one that came out and tried to be at least start off respectful. But I need you to look at their faces. Not a smile in the group. Is this what's wrong with Black relationships? Because they're supposed to be friends, right? They all know each other, right? This man is an entertainer and an actor, not a politician, but he put something together for Black folk, right? Your friend who's a successful Black man put something together for Black people, right? And y'all can't even be bothered to smile? He came to your house, right? And you can't even greet him with anyway.
Okay, we're going to go after the private sector. We're going to go after the banks. We're going to go after Hollywood. We're going to go after the people that we know got their hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? So then we started to get contacted from the Democrats on September 8th. And then we started talking to them. Mm-hmm. Then we got contacted by the Republicans. So that's when the ball started rolling then. So it's not just like I just jumped into anything. I mean, I just did the contract and then people started to contact me, not the other way around. I was hoping the Democrats would be all over me. But that wasn't the case. And I understand it wasn't like I was throwing a fit. I just was like, okay, we're going at the private sector. And then the Republicans contacted me. And to me, if you're speaking for Black people, you should speak to whoever is in power or about to be in power.
And I think you had a statistic, you said something about there has been 7,000 Black people elected, and you felt like in offices for us, and you felt like they ain't made a change. We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on why.
I want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 Black elected officials that have been in office.
Right, to say that they've done nothing. Right?
Yeah.
You hear that? They couldn't wait to find something to disagree on. I saw the sign SIGN. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Sign. The foundation of so many Black women's pathology. They were waiting for something to jump at this brother on. Wait a minute, hold on. I just need to say that I don't think it's fair to say that. How about you ask a question first? Because none of y'all asked the damn question. But you want to jump in and say what ain't right with your rock faces.
Yeah, because I think that is I think that's a slippery slope to walk down, because as we saw with Barack,
a lot of progress has been made.
It's not as simple as
a lot of progress has been made. Shut up, Vivica Fox. I'm about tired of seeing your twisted up mouth everywhere. Every time you come on camera, your face is twisted up. We get it. You're a smart, sassy, strong Black woman. Do you have another gear? Do you have another character? You've been playing the same character for the last 30 years. We get it. Damn.
You get elected and bam, you can make all these changes one man.
Right.
I never said that 7,000 people, Black people, have never did anything. I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 Black politicians elected in prominent positions. And our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major problem. I understand we got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress, that just the facts are it hasn't happened.
Facts. Remember? So many women like these women here have a problem with truth. Facts. Because it's all about feelings. Feelings, feelings, feelings. I need you ladies who disagree with me, ask yourself a question. Do you get the feeling or the vibe that these women came into this conversation with this Black man in good faith? Does anyone in here honestly look at the panel of women talking to this Black man that they know and admire, respect, seen his track record, been married to the same Black woman since 1992? Does anybody feel the vibe that they came into this particular conversation, interview on their platform, professional platform, in good faith?